Hold the spirit and guard the one, and two hands hold up the heavens. This sequence of movements helps to regulate the breath and benefit the triple burner through opening it up in a series of stretches. As discussed earlier, the triple burner is considered a separate organ in traditional Chinese medicine. It could roughly be described as your torso's internal cavity, holding all your internal organs. As the following sequence is meant to help maintaining the health of the triple burner, and through this, it affects all of the organs within, this sequence is probably the most important of them all. If this is all you do for daily practice, your health will already enormously benefit from it. You can take this as a separate set of stretches and do it first thing in the morning, when you wake up, in the middle of the day, even at work, as it can be easily practiced in a seated position, and last thing before going to bed every night. Theoretically, of course, repeating the whole Ba Duan Jin would be the most beneficial, to be practiced 3 times a day, but of course such dedicated practice could prove difficult to maintain. Repeating this one sequence alone, however, takes a few minutes at once, and does not tire the practitioner either mentally or physically. If you do only one Qigong, it should be Ba Duan Jin, and if you do only one series of moves from Ba Duan Jin, this should be it. Do not forget the opening and closing moves, right before and after the sequence. Hold the spirit and guard the one. As you inhale, bring your palms under your navel, while starting to pull them away from each other. Still inhaling, pull your hands apart, fingers pointing inwards and towards each other. Pull your whole arm, leading from the elbow, forming a large circle, just like hugging a very large ball from the bottom. As you exhale, start moving your hands together, while your arms maintain their arched position, until your hands reach each other. Rest your hands in the Cosmic Mudra position, your left palm, facing upwards, resting on your right palm, your thumbs touching in an oval shape over your palms. Stay in this position for 3 full breaths, inhales and exhales. With an inhale, start pulling your hands apart, in a similar movement as previously, starting to form a large circle, as if hugging a ball from underneath. Instead of reversing the direction of the movement, now continue outwardly, straightening your arms to your sides, palms facing down. When both arms are fully stretched out sideways, at shoulder height, turn your palms up, without pausing, arms outstretched to the sides, still inhaling. Continuing to inhale, start bringing your outstretched arms to the front, drawing 2 arcs in the air with your fingertips. When both arms are pointing forwards, start bending your elbows and bringing your hands in towards your chest. Bring your left hand under your right hand, just in front of your chest, but not touching it, approximately 6 to 8 inches, 15 to 20 centimeters, apart. It is worth noting that this is a rather long movement for one single inhale. There is a possibility that you will run out of breath before the movement finishes. Do not worry, this is perfectly normal. Do not start exhaling until the next movement, rather just hold your breath until the movement is finished. Alternatively, you can speed up the movement so that it finishes before you would run out of lung capacity. Choose either way you feel more natural. Eventually your breath will deepen enough to finish the move with one inhale. Starting to exhale, turn your top palm, the right palm, facing down. Now the 2 palms are facing each other. Form 2 cups with your hands, as if you were holding a small ball between them, and continuing to exhale, bring the small ball down in front of your abdomen. Once you are in a position holding a small ball between your hands and a large ball with your arms, i.e. your arms are arched in a way as if you were hugging a very large ball, hold this position for 3 inhales and exhales. 2 hands hold up the heavens. As you inhale, bring your palms together. Once the palms are touching, turn them both facing forward, rubbing them against one another. Your fingers should now point forward and slightly downward, palms touching. While continuing to inhale, extend your arms in front of you and slightly downward, following the direction in which your fingers are pointing, maintaining contact between your hands all the time. Once you cannot comfortably extend your arms further, raise your touching hands above your head, while keeping your arms straight, drawing a large arc in the air. Starting to exhale, bend your elbows and let them move out to the side, while lowering your hands in front of your chest. Your fingers should be pointed upwards, palms and fingers straight and touching each other. Bring your hands down in front of your chest, into a praying position, trying to keep your elbows up. Continue moving this way, until you start to feel some tension in your wrists. You should keep your elbows up, as much as you can, and push your wrists down. If the bottoms of your palms separate, that is fine, but the larger part of your hands should keep touching each other. Do not let your shoulders lift up, continue holding them down. In this position, the elbows will not be able to move up, but you should continue applying some tension, although only within your comfort zone. Hold this position for 3 inhales and exhales. Inhale and open your hands. Still keeping the elbows up, draw them behind your back, keeping your arms bent. Your hands should now be in front of your shoulders, palms open, facing forward, just like you were lying face down, with palms touching the ground right beside your chest, elbows tightly behind your back, not sticking out to the side. Exhale, and press your palms forward. The end position should be just like you were pushing an imaginary wall away, arms extended forward, palms open, pointing forward, fingers pointing up. Hold this position for 3 inhales and exhales. With an inhale, turn your palms up, and start drawing your hands in, towards your chest, elbows moving out sideways. Once your hands, palms facing up, reach the chest, turn the palms out to the sides, both facing away from your body, sideways, like you were holding very narrow walls next to your shoulders, letting the elbows drop, but still keeping them close to your torso. Exhale, and press your palms away, as if you were moving those walls and widening the space you are standing in. Fully extend your arms to the sides, palms facing away, fingers pointing up. Try keeping your shoulder blades down and don't let your shoulders come up to your ears. You should feel a slight tension in your palms. Try to extend your fingers upwards and backwards slightly, continuing to push away with the base of your palms. Hold this position for 3 full breaths, inhales and exhales. With an inhale, turn both of your palms up, and with extended arms start drawing large arcs in front of you, until your arms are extended to the front once again. Continuing to inhale, draw your upward-facing palms in to your chest, as the elbows move outwards, just like in a previous movement. Exhale and turn your palms over your shoulders, elbows pointing outwards, palms facing upwards, fingers pointing inwards, as if you were about to lift something heavy over your head. Start pushing your hands upwards, fingers facing inwards and towards the other hand. Continue exhaling and pushing some imaginary weight up, until you cannot extend your arms any longer. Stay in this position for 3 inhales and exhales. While you hold, make sure that your palms stay flat, with fingertips facing each other, and arms extended as much as possible. Your shoulders should not lift up to your ears, try to keep them down. If you cannot fully extend your arms, that is perfectly fine. It is more important that your palms stay in the right position, facing up, fingers pointing towards each other, as if there was some sort of flat weight you were supporting overhead, or reaching for a very low ceiling. Keep your shoulders down, never let them lift up to your ears. With an inhale, now turn your palms facing each other and slightly downwards, lower your arms, while your hands follow a straight path in front of your face, until they reach in front of your chest, at which point your elbows go outwards once again as you keep your palms turned down. Without pausing, exhale and push your downwards facing palms further down, as if you were trying to push something, like a large ball underwater, as far as you can, keeping your palms parallel to the ground. This concludes the sequence of Hold the Spirit and Guard the 1 and 2 hands hold up the heavens. Thanks for watching. Heaven and earth and wise Please OWL like, share gazes and backwards subscribe. withdrawing the bow to shoot the